Hey, this is Dwan Trin, Vice President of CarVici, and we're taking a spin in our black Escalade today, Cadillac Escalade. It is a beautiful car. Navigation, the whole entire night works. Actually it's got multi-climate controls here. And here's Chris,
Hello.
General Manager. He's sitting in luxury and also in captain's chairs as well.
Exactly.
And we have Mike, El Presidente of CarVici.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, and we decided to take a little drive in one of our cars today and talk about the CarVici Way. Mike, what do you tell them a little bit about our CarVici Way?
Yeah, so the CarVici Way is a unique buying experience that puts you in control of every aspect of the car that you want. Color, make, model, year, specific options that you want. It really puts you in control of every aspect of it, even the price. You call the shots and we work around what you want.
You know what, when you think about it, the CarVici Way is absolutely zero haggle. Okay, so you go to the car dealership and they have the price and you gotta haggle the price. There's no haggling here because you name your price.
Right, and a lot of stores are going to the one price platform these days. And now you really, you can try to haggle, but you're paying what they want for the vehicle. In this scenario, you come up with the price. We go to get it.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so unique, right? I mean, you get to call all the shots. Like, when's the last time you're like, yeah, I want a 2013, like a more used car, and I want it to be, I want it with a beige interior, and I want it to be gunmetal gray. And you're like, and I want it to be a 2013 Mercedes-Benz. Like,
And less than 30,000, let's say 40,000 miles.
yeah, you get to call, like, in what world do you get to call all the shots on that? Like, that's so cool on a used car. Like, if I would have had something like that, when I went to go buy a new or used car, I mean, that would be just awesome. You get to call all of the shots, and it's on your timeline, right? So if you're not wanting to buy a car right away, okay, well, that's no big deal. We can kind of work around it. So,
And I think one of the big parts is you name your price.
yeah, that's for most people when it comes to buying a car, the price point is really usually a big focal point. And so with our network of different platforms with over 100,000 cars to pick from, we can be really dynamic with how we price our cars.
Yeah, and 2 weeks ago we sold I remember, Chris, you and I went out to one of our customers' homes and we did an assessment. And Chris, can you tell them a little bit how that went?
Yeah, sure. So they were interested in they had some boxes they needed checked. They needed a third row SUV. They wanted all-wheel drive. Heated seats was a must for them every night, especially on a nice cold December day like today. I can relate. But we went through and we looked at the vehicles and we were able to take different platforms and kind of have them name the price they're comfortable with.
I don't mean to interrupt, Chris, but I remember they weren't sure. They were in between a Ford Explorer and a Nissan Pathfinder, but they weren't really sure. So we decided to help them with both.
Yep. And so what we did is we pulled up information on both vehicles. And what we found is for the way they wanted it equipped, you could get much more from the Nissan as far as much more vehicle at a better value. So they chose the Nissan and they're extremely happy with it.
And I remember when Brad came by and even though we told him it was only going to be about 15-20 minutes, he still allotted about an hour and a half, because
Right.
I remember him telling his wife that it might be an hour and a half, but it really was about 15 minutes for him to do all the paperwork and go.
Right. He was also kind enough to do a little bit of video work with us as
True.
well, and it still was only 15 minutes.
Exactly. So that was a real cool experience doing the CarVici Way.
Hey, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. It's just the fact that the buyer gets to just choose every aspect of the whole process is just, that's, in my opinion, that's the coolest part. Like, they get to all the options that they want. Maybe they want power liftgate and on this particular model, and we have access to all of that stuff. And they get a good price on it.
And there's no pressure because, the pressure is all on us because they come to us, they tell us what they want. They tell us what price they want to spend and when they want it. And for us, the pressure is on us. We got to find that vehicle for them, and we got to find for that price for them. And we'll also help them determine what is a really good price for that. And usually we use KBB and NADA
And Black Book.
And so, not only are we going to try to help you find the car, we're also going to help you try to find, hey, you know what? This car is only worth this much. worth this much, and this is how much you should only pay for that car.
Exactly. I mean, it's a unique, like I said, it's a unique experience, right? I mean, you don't get that anywhere else when you're going through the dealership. Usually you'll go to a certain dealership, whether Bloomington Lincoln or something like that, where they're going to try to push their brand onto you as well, right? And so the fact that we're brand agnostic just in itself is cool. You don't have the Ford dealership pushing a Ford on you when you went there for a Chevy or something of that nature. And a lot of the times, I've heard a lot of feedback on a lot of cars. People will go look at a car at a dealership, and they had just sold it, and they hadn't taken the posting down. We just don't run into that because we're picking the car for you. I think that's another benefit of buying a car through us.
Yeah, and I think one of the cool parts about the CarVici way is you can go to like some of our competitors like CarMax or what have you, where they're these mega dealerships where they have 500 cars on their lot, sometimes even 1,000 cars on a lot. But that's nothing compared to what we have, because using technology and multiple databases, we can locate cars with 100,000 cars at any given time. We're not talking about 100,000 cars that might be available. No, these are 100,000 cars that are available right now that we can use to locate the perfect car. And by the way, I just want to make a quick mention. This is one of my favorite places in Edina, 50th in France. I used to live out here in this area on Xerxes, which is one street down, and I absolutely love being in Edina. And I love having CarVici in Edina because it's real convenient for everybody. And we have a lot of clients. We have some customers that actually fly out of town and buying vehicles from us. And so the airport is only about, how many miles is the airport away from here?
At least 10 miles.
About 10 miles,
15,
so about 15 minutes away. So it's a very convenient place. So if anyone who's watching this video and you're looking for that unique car or just a mainstream car, call us, go online, and tell us what you want, and we'll locate that, and you can fly in town. And we have a special vehicle program where we pay for half of your air flight to the Twin Cities to pick up your car.
Yeah.
So we can have the vehicle delivered to you.
I'll say we can even have the vehicle delivered to you if that's more convenient for you. Or you can come down here and enjoy 50th and France in Edina. That's my favorite area as well. They always decorate it fun for the holidays as well, so it's always fun to come down at this time of year.
Well, I want to just talk a little bit more again about the CarVici way. I don't know, I guess for me, living in the Minnesota, and I think Minnesotans have we have a very good culture here in the Twin Cities, and part of the culture is people are they have a good eye for things, and when it comes to cars and vehicles, they are going to be more, I think they're more finicky, and I think out of that finickiness is also part of the reason why we're here, because we want to get cars for people who know exactly what they want, or maybe they don't know what they want, but they sure as heck want to make sure they're getting a good car for their money.
Yeah, at a good price too, right? They don't want to be ripped off. And I think, here living in Minnesota, there's some extra options that a lot of Minnesotans want. All-wheel drive, power lift gate is a big one, backup cameras, and some of the street parking can be a little tight.
Heated seats, heated steering wheel.
Yeah.
Like this one has heated steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the nice heated seats.
Mm-hmm.
This is, those are big ones that a lot of people look for when they're buying a car here in Minnesota. Auto start's a big one too, or the ability to have auto start. All those features, those are all features that are pretty heavily coveted here in Minnesota for sure. Car enthusiasts, can't put gas in a car.
Okay, Daddy, I'm sorry.
Daddy's picking up the kids in the Escalade.
Right? Only guy without kids. Mike, Chris, one.
Benny,
Beanie,
CarVici.